First, I want to thank the two co-chairs, the two ladies who spoke earlier, Ms. Priest Brown and Ms. Gavetz. They are two outstanding, not just parents, but they're outstanding public servants. And I've had the opportunity to get to know both of them, to work with Parent Councils United, and I think we should give them another round of applause. I want to thank our hosts here at GPC. We are great. We've maintained a great partnership over the years, and we're just excited once again to be back on this campus and continue to work together to provide educational opportunities to all of our students. And GPC is a wonderful, wonderful institution, and I'm just proud to say that we are maintaining a historical partnership. My bosses are here. And currently I have 9, and they have done an outstanding job. They were introduced earlier, but Dr. Melvin Johnson, our chair, the board members, they are the men and women who provide myself and the men and women I work with every day with the support and the resources and the opportunities to try to improve the quality of education in DeKalb County. And especially to my chair, I want to thank him for his constant advice and counsel and his friendship. Nothing we've been able to accomplish, and particularly myself, would not have been possible unless without the steady hand of experience and dedication that I received from Dr. Melvin Johnson in particular, and the board members in general. So I want you all to recognize them again. Thank you so much. To my colleagues, who I work with every day at the central office and in the schools, thank you so much for all that you do. I am honored, really, to have been given this opportunity to come and participate in this journey here in DeKalb County. The Saturday morning I was called. I was sitting home watching Turner movie channel, black and white movies. I love them. And my phone rang. And the lady said, "Well, is this Michael Thurmond?" I said, "Well, yes." She said, "Would you like to become the next superintendent of the DeKalb County Schools?" I spit my coffee out. And I said, "Well, what?" She said, "Yes, we want you to be the next superintendent." I had no plan, no desire, no expectation. But literally, the phone rang. I said, "Well, give me 30 minutes. Let me talk to my wife." I shared the information with her, and she said, "You're out of your mind." No one would go over there to that dysfunctional, hopeless, divided place. Well, the call came back, and I said, "Well, I'll come Tuesday." Dr. Johnson was there, and Dave Marshall was there, and Mr. McMahon was there. And the point is this, my friend, sometimes when the call comes, you must answer. No matter what your plans are, or your expectations, or your career goals, or your dreams, or your hopes, when the call comes and it's about our children, you must answer that call. You must answer the call. And even though I had no experience and the critics leaked on the blogs, I recall that, and I do it sometimes, some people say they don't read them, but I like to read them sometimes for more motivation. So any days I'm not feeling fully motivated and engaged in my agenda, I go back and click on the blogs. And I went back to what the bloggers were saying on the morning of February the 9th, which was the day after I was sworn in. And I counted maybe 175 comments on the various blogs. And out of the 175 comments, 173 were negative. They were mean. They were almost slanderous. And there were 2 others. One positive? Because my sister did that. And one other said, well, let's give him a chance. He can't be any worse than the others we've had. But when the call comes, you have to answer. So with my no experience, my ignorance, I arrived in DeKalb. And one of the things, young people, one of the things I want to say to you before I get into this is avoid deficit-driven strategies. A deficit-driven strategy is a strategy that rarely succeeds. And deficit-driven strategies are this. You ever been in a meeting, a community meeting, an association meeting, a church meeting, where you spend 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, and all you talked about are the negative things that's going on in your community, in your school, in your home? That is a deficit-driven strategy. I've always learned that what's most advantageous is to develop asset-driven strategy. First, Ms. Kenmore, I look at my assets and not my deficit. And let me tell you the assets in DeKalb County. We had many issues, but we had 100,000 bright, intelligent young people. And if you got 100,000 assets, everything else pales in comparison. Pales in comparison. So those are my assets. And so I told my folks, I said, well, look, we got a $14 million deficit. We're on the verge of losing our accreditation. Sachs is threatening to remove 609 city board members. The parents are up in arms. Morale across the district is at an all-time low. And then I said, other than that, things are in pretty good shape. To the board, to school members,